All right, so come and check out the studio space I got. Get the lights on. Uh, Basic lighting setup. So got our main stage light here and our key light over there. And of course, I'm looking to kind of set the ambiance. So I got myself those genies. And so let's get a little bluish color. I kind of like that blue color. And then get my key light here and try to turn that into something that's going to be nice for stage. All right, and now I'll tell you a little bit about the camera setup. So this here is me, Mia DSLR. All right, everything's recording. That's got sound. That's recording. Golly, that's a lot of stuff going on all at one time. All right. Now we just got to get this puppy going. And start recording this. All right, I think we're going, yeah. And I can hear the piano going here. Although I'm playing hard enough that it's making this camera shake. Here we are using different cameras here. So camera 1, camera 2, and camera 3. This one is on a little Gorilla Pod that'll allow me to switch it down so you can see me playing the piano like this. Easy enough, I think. Yeah, see the problem I'm already finding is that I'm gonna play hard enough that it's gonna make this camera shake like an earthquake. Ah! But that's okay. That's okay. It was a valiant effort. We'll come up with another plan. But it's still cool that this is going on. Being able to pick up a little bit of what I'm doing with my fingers and doing my scale stuff. That was really sloppy, but that's okay. We're just playing around. Let me switch the camera back up so it shows me. So there is the camera setup, going with our camera 1, camera 2, and our camera 3. So here's a creative calendar. I like to try to hit up a lot of these things in the light blue. So these are the different things that I like to work on. Today, we're actually going to go through sound exploration. So we're going to go check out sound exploration today. I'll make a little note of what we find out. I'll date it. And yeah, that's what we're going to be exploring. And that's what this whole creative calendar is all about. Figured I'd just kind of share that. We're going to play around with the different audio effects, and we're going to explore the microphone and maybe how they would fit in whatever scenarios. Fun stuff to be had. That's what I'm going to dip into. Funny thing, when this is recording, and even though I'm going to mess with the effects, it's not going to be able to record those effects being messed with unless I'm able to see what effects I put into place, and then I have to go back in post to put those in place. So this is probably going to be a bitch to handle, and there might even be an even better option that I'm just not aware of because I'm such a noob at using all of this crazy technology that we have going on here. All these cameras and shit. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just crazy stuff, okay? That's all I got to say. So yeah, I'm going to stop it there. We'll call it good. We'll call that a little teaser into what I'm going to do. Enough talking about it. Let me just get into it. Peace, peace, peace. All right, cool. All right, here we go. Got that camera, got this camera, and got that camera. Here we go. Here we go. And yeah, enough about the lights, enough about the cameras. Let's dip into some of these sounds. So I've actually preset this up. And what we're going to play around with is just the different audio effects in particular. Dynamic effects, that's what we're looking into. These are going to be the first ones. And I'm going to play around with that right now. This is our adaptive limiter. And honestly, I don't know what it's going to do here. So, all right. It makes it sound like it's a lot more full. Like it's coming from the front and the left and the right, and it's all in front of you. I can hear it in both ears quite a bit. Let's see if we do it a default overdrive limit. All right. So that's the overdrive limit. It sounds very loud. Let's keep moving on. The gate. All right, let's turn on the gate. This, I believe, actually it's more for when you're using like a MIDI controller, because I know that the gate's going to be turning on and off the sound. So right now, because the microphone is just picking up any kind of airwaves, as soon as I stop, it should go very, very silent. And now it's being used. Okay, I see how this works. Okay, I guess I could think of some clever ways of maybe turning on and off vocals using automation and a gate and different stuff. I can think of like shutter effects is what I imagine. That would be my hypothesis, but of course we should probably test that out sometime. So that'd be good. I got to remember that I got myself recording on these videos. Once in a while, I got to look up and check you guys out. Check you out. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, the gate. With that said, let's move on. I'll turn it off. And now we're going to go into our limiter and let's turn this on. All right, and with the limiter, I don't know, let's turn it off and keep on talking. I turned it off and I kept on talking. I turned it on and I keep on talking. Okay, it's very subtle, kind of reminds me of that adaptive limiter. Well, obviously it isn't a limiter here, so let's check out. All right, limiter for vocals. Let's just do that preset. All right, so here's the limiter for vocals, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. This is what I sound like without the limiter for vocals. This is what I sound like with the limiter for vocals. So yeah, again, another more well-rounded. It seems like I'm just coming in at every angle. When I speak, I could just hear myself a lot louder. All right, now going to our expander. All right, so here is the expander. I have it on, and now I'll turn it off. I turned it off and I don't notice a difference. I am not noticing too big of a difference about the expander. Let's go ahead and try a default, more punch or high expansion. Let's try high expansion. All right. Honestly, the biggest thing I noticed is there was like a hissing sound going on when I didn't have this high expansion turned on. And now the hissing sound is gone and now it sounds a lot more clear. So that's interesting. Let me turn it off and let's see if you hear the hissing sound. There's like a shh in the back. Very faint. Now I'm going to turn this on. Sounds like it just cuts it off altogether. That's really nice. I think that really would be very clean. Very nice to have that ambient sound in the back out. And this is what this might be doing. The expander. Cool shit. All right, let's turn that off. Now we're going to get to our exciter. See, I'm getting all excited. Let's hear this. All right, I'm getting all excited. All right, let's hear this without it. Yeah, I'm getting all excited about it. Cool. All right. Not the biggest change. Let's say vocal edge. That sounds good. What do we think about the vocal edge? Okay. I feel cranially it's more up front and in my forehead rather than with the limiters where it came in every angle on the sides, left and right, just all over the ear. This feels like it's all really narrowed, like a triangle or something right in my head. Okay, interesting. Take it off, and this is what I sound like. Yeah, I feel like there's more room. It like kind of takes the room out. Let's turn it back on. This is turned back on. Maybe it escapes the room or it puts me in a more shallow room. And then this is me widened up a little bit with the vocals, but we'll go ahead and move forward after the exciter. Gosh, I wanted to be a little more excited. Overdrive might do it. Let's hear it. All right, this is me on overdrive. Okay, I could see this being good for probably an instrument, but let's see if they have anything for voice. Yeah, heavy drive, hard drive. Gosh, it already feels pretty hard. Clear drive. Let's try clear drive. Or bright. Yeah, let's try clear drive. All right, what do we got going on here? All right. Okay. All right. Sure. Let's try a hard drive. All right. How hard a drive is that? Oh my gosh. It's just hearing yourself super deep. Wow. Yeah, that's really kind of insane. I imagine with an EQing, you could, try to eliminate this loud bassy sound. But at the same time, it's pretty cool. A little harsh. A little normal here. A little harsh here. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. There's the drives. Overdrive, fun stuff. All right. So now we're going to go into our phase. What is this? Phase distortion. Yeah, this should probably just distort my voice. Is this going to... Yeah, it just sounds muddy. Now, the thing I've noticed... Okay, this is going to be hard to talk like this. Does a warm phase make it any better? Yeah, it just makes it really distorted, as a phase distortion would normally do to a voice. Not very attractive though. Just for effect, I'd imagine. Clip distortion, let's take a look. Yeah, so that kind of did what the Exciter does, where it just kind of takes out some of that stuff. But I hear a grasp, almost like that distortion. Yeah, okay, well, it's called clip distortion, so get your shit figured out, Scott. How about that? Let's try Hot Drive or Metal Distortion, New Metal Distortion, Screambox. Let's try Screambox. Oh, that's scary. All right, let's turn the Screambox off and the New Metal Distortion off and the mid-range drive off. All right, we're done with those. Okay, those drives, they're insane. Bit Crusher, let's try that out. I think that's gonna make me sound robotic. Does this make me sound robotic? Okay, it's got that effect like a walkie-talkie, that walkie-talkie kind of effect. The walkie-talkie, a walkie-talkie. All right. Sorry. Let's try 16. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Now that sounds very robotic. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I know with these, you could still hear my normal voice. There's got to be a good way for us to go back and edit those frequencies out and be able to keep just this robotic sound. And if we enunciate, we could probably get messages through and sound robotic like this sound. So cool stuff. Let's turn it off. All right, moving on. I won't spend too much time on these distortions. I think we already know what's going to happen. I know this one says nasty. Oh, it didn't really do too much craziness. Yeah. Anyhow, moving on. All right. So now that we're done with the distortion stuff, let's go with this de-easer. Okay. So a de-easer just really tries to eliminate those E's. It's probably nice to have it on, I guess. I'll have to look that up. If maybe it's either not really necessary. I could see how it could be pretty good to have just to eliminate that. I'll have to look it up. We'll see if a lot of people have templates where they automatically kind of have their de-easers on. I'd imagine so. Definitely has an effect on the vocals and really kind of changes up what you can do there. And then last is compression, and we know what the compression is going to be about too. Same thing kind of like with EQ. I mean, we're going to be able to do a lot of neat stuff going on here. Yeah, we can really kind of mess with this. Wow, this is just so incredible that you could just do all this stuff. Let's do a default for the voice. Studio vocal. Just your basic studio vocal. Just have that kind of sound like you're in a studio and such. All right, well, that concludes our first lesson off the gate. All the dynamic effects here. Like the next set would be our modulation effects. So, of course, that's going to really mess with our vocals, and that's pretty fun. So we'll find the good things to put in there. We'll go through those. Time base. So, yeah, the rooms, that's going to be huge. The rooms, echo, reverb, anything that we can play around with that. We are just one camera down. So we got camera 1, and then camera 2 here, and then camera 3. And as you noticed, camera 2 has gone down for the count. Didn't have enough memory. Probably it was just a real nice quality video. It was holding up that end, but it did not hold up the end of being able to survive a practice session. Let it be known. I also had cleared out that not too terribly long ago on that phone. So really, it should have been cleared out. It should have been good. I did have a 20-minute video and a 16-minute video. So possibly my phone just can't handle too terribly much, but it is what it is. You learn as you go. And speaking of learning as you go, we are now going to go into phase 2 of this practice session, which is going to have us exploring our modulation effects. And so I got those all queued up, ready to go. Instead of going bottom to top, we're going to go top to bottom. So we're going to start with chorus, and we're going to see what's up starting here. What do you notice? Any kind of change in the vocals? Any kind of change in the vocals? All right, so I didn't notice a big change. Let's go ahead and go mega wide chorus. All right, what do you think? Oh, okay, there's the change on mega wide chorus. So now I hear it far in the left and right, just directly left and rights out of me. So let me turn it off. This is with it off, a little more rounded, and then this is straight up left and rights, really intense. So okay, now we're gonna go to the flanger. This should be exciting. Is it as exciting as I thought it would be? Kinda, yeah. It's very robotic. That's fun. It looks like we have an easy flange and a high sphere. So let's just go easy flange. Alright. It almost sounds like, oh my gosh, it sounds like an ambulance. That's so crazy. But it's only on the left side. And so you can hear it on the left side going woo. But not on the right side as much. So I wonder if, well, we're going to stop with the messing with that. Okay. And now we're going to go into phaser. And the phaser. Okay. So, okay, yeah, this, I have to sustain notes for this one because I believe that you're going to hear a bouncing effect in the headphones going panning left to right at times. Let's try some different ones here. Maybe a chewy phaser. What's a chewy phaser all about? Does that do a LFO thing? No. Let's try a different one. Something strange. Something strange is going on here. Wow. That's a little funky. All right. I would say that was something strange for sure after turning it off. All right. I'll have to play around with that a little bit more. That was our phaser, right? Yeah, that was our phaser. I was expecting something different, and I know that's probably with more exploration. I'm sure I'd find it somewhere in there. But we're going to move forward with the ring. What is this? Ring shifter? Yeah, ring shifter. What do we think about the ring shifter? Oh, okay. Never mind. I take it all back. So what I was saying earlier about sustaining a note and hearing it on the left side and then slowly creep onto the right side, that's what this is doing right now. Groove shadow? They're all groove shadow. I don't feel comfortable with that. I just don't. Fast shutter. Let's try it. What is this? All right, way too crazy. We're shutting it down. Shut it down. All right, we shut that shit down. Okay, so that's the fast shutter. Yeah, ring shifter, fun. Vocal effects, play with that a little bit longer one day. Rotor cabinet, let's see what's going on here. All right. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, you could really set something up here. Vocal rotor. What does the vocal rotor do? Sounds a little bit like this. Instead of sounding like this, you could sound like this. This, right here. You could sound like this. I don't know what to think about that. It's interesting. It's like a little hollowed box. I guess there's some kind of uniqueness to it. Maybe it's good for instruments. I bet that's what it's all about, instrument stuff. So, rocking an organ. Is this rocking an organ? Rocking around the organ, yeah. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee-ba-da-ba. All right. Done with that. All right, done with that. So, rotor tremolo. I imagine this is going to do something funky with the voice. So, does it do something funky with the voice? Okay, so this does that back and forth. I'm going to stop this right now. Yeah, this does that back and forth thing, though, too. It's kind of like, I think, what the ring shifter was doing earlier. So, this tremolo kind of does that. Yeah, for what it's worth. Test oscillator. Let's try that out. Okay, let's not. Okay. All right, and with that, I think that was it for our modulation effects. Next is our spectral processes and the time-based effects, and then the others. I bet we could fit them all. All right, loves. Oh, yeah, I should say loves here, too. Loves. So let's do this, run this down really quick. So starting with our auto filter. With the auto filter, got it on now. It seems like it just lowered in volume mostly. Let's try rising high pass. See what we got here. Okay, so there's a little bit of when you talk, it kind of oh my gosh, it's really weird. It just decays in your head a little bit. It goes left and right all over the place, maybe kind of random. Don't really like it, but it definitely, with some control, understanding the controls here, then I believe we can come up with something pretty cool. So yeah, the rising high pass, fun. We'll turn that off. I know it's going to be useful. Let's try this pitch correction. With the pitch correction, I think you would sing and maybe make it to where I got to go. Got to go. All right, we're playing around with that, and that's about it. All right, crazy. Pitch correction, the pitch shifter. Let's see what's up here. All right, this is the pitch shifter. I love it. It's like I just inhaled some helium. Oh yeah. And how about the vocal doubler? It just sounds like there's two of me of sorts, so that's fun. All right, we'll turn that off. So already finding some pretty cool stuff to add in here for pitch shifter. Let's go with our direction mixer. I got the direction mixer turned on. I got the direction mixer turned off. We're going to turn it back on. I don't notice any difference. So let's go with a pan right. And of course, I'm hearing mostly in the right side. So yeah, this is just going to be where I'm having the mix, where I want to direct certain things. So that's kind of fun playing around with pan options. Looks like we have our direction mixer to help do that. So turn this baby off. All right. So then we're on our enveloper. Let's turn this on. Don't notice any difference, so I'm not going to turn it on or off. It just doesn't sound like anything different. Let's try this muddy drum loops. Maybe there's a little bit of difference. Okay, I noticed a little bit of attack, and then it cuts off like it's kind of creepy. Either way, let's turn this off. Again, this is one of those when you have more control, understand what to play around with, but I'm not going to mess with that in post. We'll do that another time, but very cool. Very good. Enveloper, let's see. This is our vocal 4 and 5. Let's listen to voices. Ooh, female rap. High end. Female rap. High end. Here we go. Yeah, I noticed a little bit of a natural doubling of the voice in some way. Well, that's fun. Delay. I think this will do what we imagine it would do. I have it turned on. I have it turned on. Wow, talk about some latency. Wow, that was fun. Okay. So delay, echo. We know what echo is going to do. Wow. Echo. All right, we're done with that. We know how that's going to work out. Sample delay. Let's see. All right, let's turn you on, baby. All right, factory default here. This is our sample delay. I don't notice any changes, so let's do a 16 samples. What's going on here? I still don't see any. Oh, here we go. Playing around with this. I'm gonna have to learn more about the sample delay. All right, very good. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to do this in post easy enough. Probably not, but we'll find out. All right, this here is our stereo delay after the sample delay. Now I have the stereo delay. Done. That's actually kind of cool. I like that. Stereo delay. Fun to play with some echo effects with that because it's got the echo and some other stuff to play around with. I like it. Left delay, right delay because it was going back and forth. So yeah, very fun. Where are we at? We're at a tape delayed, I think. No, stereo delay. I just did that. We just. All right, let's do this tape delay. It might be the same kind of thing. Is it the same thing? All right, so instead of going left and right, that went like across, like straight down the cranium, just north and south, up and down. All right, good. And now we're at the very last one, the module delay. Let's hear this. Hooty hoo. I was expecting there to be a delay, but no, it actually has a different effect with the voice. It sounds a little distorted. Let's go ahead and change it to resonator high. What do we think about this? And this sounds robotic. All right, great. So learning some stuff here. Like it sounds like a voice box for those that smoke too much and then they gotta speak in a voice box. That's kind of what this sounds like. So very neat. All right, and I think that concludes all of that. We'll go right down the list. So here we are going down the list. Wow, I can't even start on the top because it's so big. I got to use the mixer. Does it allow me to use the mixer? Yep, here we go. The ensemble should make it sound like I have multiple voices, and it kind of does there. It says voices 3, screen door, rich modulation. This is the rich modulation. All right, not as much as I thought it would have. But this does have a little bit of an ensemble. It's supposed to be layering of voices. I know about that. So with a little bit playing around, we'll figure out more later. Turn that off. We're going to turn this sucker on. What exactly does this do? Shh. Luke, I am your father. Yeah, it kind of sounds like a little Darth Vader-y. Let's try this dark shift. What does the dark shift do? Nothing too much. A little bit different with it off. A little bit different with it on. So, yeah, it looks like it's some sort of filter, some sort of synthesizer that you can play around with, probably a certain style from a certain age. Might be fun exploring. We'll turn that off. Go into the next one. Same thing. It's going to be a synthesizer of sorts. When I turn it on, it almost as if you can't hear me at all. Let's try a vocoder speech voice. Okay, now this is picking me up okay. This is very strange sounding, and I'm not quite sure what to think about it. Okay, I'm done. So we'll turn that off. Make it as you will. Again, I think it's of a particular age and time. Here's our fuzzy wah. Wah wah. This is going to be good for instrument with vocals. Kind of different sounding kind of thing. Let's try a crazy baby wah wah. Baby. Woo. Yeah, you can hear like the sound of the ocean. Like when you hear it in a shell. Somebody's calling me right now. Oh, it's my good buddy Wilhelm. Hey, buddy.
Hey, just calling to say thanks. I didn't get you anything. I come back from vacation. There's a mountain. There's an avalanche of activity, and Trello exploded. I just loved some stuff. I love that you took you edited it, and I like that you gave an edited version of yours, edited version of mine, and then you kind of had the side by side. Side by side was super fucking fun. We'll talk more about that this weekend, but that was super fucking fun, and it was cool to get, again, just to see the two of us. Dude, we got cool chemistry. Like, I liked watching us, and part of that's because it's us, so I'm like, I like it. But I'm like, dude, we're cool, Like, we do cool shit, And I'm like, God, dude, I think just time and effort, man. More planning, more work. We'll just stay at it, dude. Stay at all this stuff because we're getting better all the time, and we're creating wonderful shit.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Yeah. And so I just wanted to call and say thank you. I didn't, if you had anything in particular, I know that you also said something from neither here nor there, and I'm like, oh, look at all this activity. Not only did Scott get out of his funk, that day where he was coming back, we improvised our first story together, and then you've just been a busy fucking beaver since then. It's great. How you feeling overall? Feeling like, okay, now we got some workflow. Now I got some activity. Now I'm feeling good. You feeling like you got a little bit of your edge, found a little bit of your mojo again?
Yeah, I'd say so. You actually caught me kind of playing around in a practice session, listening to all the different effects you can have with the vocals. I figured with different platforms, depending on what we're doing, it'd be good to have templates. So if we had like us doing vocal stuff, we kind of already have our vocal template already pre-set up and ready to go. Yeah. And that's going to just take some time.
Like with Nate, I had, preset for his vocal mic, preset for, his in when it came to, it was still a mic, but I used a different mic for his mandolin. And then I had a different, so I had preset for his mando, preset for his vocal mic. Then I had preset for electric guitar when he played that. And so whenever he went to those instruments, I could start there and then just edit a little bit, for the mix, for playback. So he liked his sound. Process is another area where you can sort and file or organize, but it's not with folders, it's with the steps of an operation. And sometimes you can package those into a single step. And so you just click that button from a menu, as opposed to clicking this and then adding this and then pruning this away and then dialing this in. I start here and then I just edit this based on whatever else I've got. Smart, Scotty. Smart, my man.
Yeah. Man, I'm just playing.
Going. And with that, I'll leave you to it, my buddy. Have a great night.
All right.
Talk to you this weekend.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'll talk to you then.
All right, later.